Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's what's happening in our territory. A federal agent shot and killed a man who was involved in a domestic dispute in the Mahogany Run area of St. Thomas. News Channel 8's Lee Carl has the story and other police news as well.
Over the weekend, a 44-year-old man was fatally shot by a federal law enforcement agent in the Mahogany Run condo Sunday morning. Friends of the victim told the reporters that he was Marcus Sukow, an employee of the local company contracted by the VI Waste Management Authority to oversee wastewater operations. Now, the federal agent who shot him works for the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. ATF Special Agent spokesperson, who's based in Miami, said authorities did not release the name of the agent Sunday, but have taken information as to whether the agent was taken into custody. And the shooting occurred just before 10:50 in the morning. When police arrived and received a report, they had shots had been fired in Mahogany Run, which is unusual, an upscale condominium and golf course complex on the north side of St. Thomas. On the scene, police found Seko had a gunshot wound, and emergency personnel transported him to the hospital, where he died several hours later. Melody Raines, police spokesman, said the neighbors said they heard shots of domestic violence in Seko's residence Sunday morning. The ATF agent who lived nearby went to the unit and intervened. A neighbor also said that he had heard a lot of screaming and arguing, and then heard the two loud shots like a sledgehammer hitting something, and he went outside to see what was going on. What he saw was a bleeding man standing on the porch, ground level porch, saw the man collapse, and he said he heard a woman scream as another man stood nearby gripping a handgun. The VI Police Department is leading the investigation, and that the federal agency is fully cooperating in this investigation. We'll have to wait and see. That was part of that article was written also by Ted Fields of the Daily News. Meantime, there was other activity. 3 armed robberies reported on St. Thomas over the weekend. 3 people robbed at gunpoint in separate incidents. Friday, 41-year-old man told police he was robbed by masked gunmen in the area of what is called Turnkey. Melody Raines confirmed the robber apparently took undisclosed amount of cash and a cell phone. Then on Saturday at 4 p.m., a woman in her mid-40s reported she was robbed with an undisclosed amount of money in the area of Market Square. According to the preliminary police reports, the victim said 4 unknown males robbed her. However, she was unable to provide police with a description. And the victim was treated for, she was unable to give any more information on the victim was treated for minor bruises and released from the Snyder Hospital. But on Sunday, another incident, this time a 41-year-old woman, told the police she was robbed at gunpoint by 2 men at Volleyball Court and his retreat, and they made a call to emergency dispatchers. Rames said the men stole the woman's jewelry and 2 cell phones. The suspects were wearing stocking masks over their faces, left the area on foot. Criminal Investigation Bureau is following up these cases. St. Thomas Chief of Police Rodney Carrard urged the community to report all suspicious activity, especially any knowledge of persons who have illegal weapons in their possession. The public can call Investigation Bureau at 715-5545, 54 and the Chief's office at 715-5548, or of course 911. In St. Thomas, Lee Carl.
Meanwhile, on St. Croix, it's been over a week since we've seen violence involving guns, but that ended last night as 3 men were gunned down in the Harvey section of St. Croix. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
I'm here in Bethlehem Village, better known as Matu Chow or State Prophet area. What we have to say is some sad news, as last night, after 3 men were celebrating after their horse was victorious, you see over there, G Unit, that's the horse, I guess, up here that everybody was rooting for, and it was good times. But what happened is around 10:30, 3 young men took some shots. At around 10:30, a 16-year-old, unfortunately, got shot in his head where he is fighting for his life. A 17-year-old was grazed in his back, and a 27-year-old also was hit multiple times in his body. There's no witnesses. This is being classed as an assault in the 1st degree. Now, neighbors up here say that You know, they were promised a few things by the police department and a fenced area for their children. Also, they're a little upset about the fact that they now have to pay for water. They're getting meters up in this area. And they say that they've been ignored too long. But back to the crime. 3 men right in this area. Right now, you're going to see they were celebrating. Look, the trophies are still right in the car here. And we have a reason to believe that the gentlemen were right in this area. Something that also looks like a gunshot that could have been to the front of the car. Okay, understand that this car belongs to the 16-year-old who was shot. The neighbors don't want to be identified. Witnesses at the scene also say that the police and the ambulance took over an hour. We understand that. She's kind of giving me some orders off of camera here that they were hoping they could have gotten here faster. We know that the individuals were taken to Juan Louis in a private vehicle. Right now, that's always the details are very sketchy right now, and this is all the information that we have. If we have any more information, we'll get it to you. Right now, 3 young men celebrating after a horse race, shot and drive-by in this area right here. 16-year-old, he got hurt the worst, shot in his head. He's definitely in critical condition. The 27-year-old, he got shot multiple times. The 17-year-old, he was grazed in his back. If you know anything about this shooting, you should call 778-2211, or you should call 911. All calls will be kept confidential. Reporting in the state Bethlehem, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.